Good day, everyone. Shantae. I'm here with my everyday usual stuff that I got going on, my notes, analysis, reactions, all of that good stuff. I hope you guys are having a good Friday on July 10th, 2020. We are 4 months in this pandemic. Tomorrow will make it 4 months since it was declared as a national emergency. But of course, we're still not out of this. It's the summertime. Somebody said it was going to go away like magic. No, it doesn't. But I hope you guys have your wine, because I have. It's my $5.99 wine. I'm going to come with this to you today, and you can also check it out on YouTube. So, with the coronavirus, I got these numbers from the Johns Hopkins website, because they have like a whole COVID map. So globally, we are at 12,461,962 cases of COVID-19. The U.S. cases are 3,182,385 cases. The deaths, which is the fatalities, are at 134,059. In Brazil, it's 1,018,000. No, excuse me. It's 1.8. No, hold up. Let's scratch that. Brazil, 1,800,827. While India sits at 793,000 cases. Followed along is Russia at 712. Peru, 319,000. Chile at 309,000. The UK at 289,000. The African countries, there's a lot, but I picked some of them. Nigeria is at 31,323. Ghana is at 23,834. Cameroon is at 14,916. Kenya is at 9,448. Senegal is at 7,882 cases. The Dominican Republic is at 41,915. Panama is at 43,257. Honduras is at 26,384. Guatemala is at 27,619. El Salvador is sitting at 9,142. Haiti, which is in the West Indies, is at 6,582. Jamaica is at 753. Guyana is at 290. Trinidad and Tobago is at 133 cases. Bahamas is at 107. They went up by 3 cases. Barbados is at 98. Antigua is at 74 cases. Belize is at 33. St. Vincent at 29. Grenada at 23. St. Lucia at 22. Dominica at 18. Here at home in the U.S., New York is sitting at 404,997 with 32,000 deaths. California is sitting at 311,000 at almost 7,000 deaths. Texas is sitting at 248,000 at 3,000 deaths. Florida is sitting at 244, sitting at 4,000 deaths. New Jersey is at 176,000. It's like 15,000 deaths they're sitting on. Arizona is at 116,000, sitting at 2,000 deaths. Georgia is at 103,000, sitting at nearly 3,000 deaths, which is at 2,915. And North Carolina is 81,000 cases, sitting at about almost 1,500 cases of COVID-19. So, of course, according to an article, in The Guardian, Florida, over 40 hospitals in Florida has been maxed out in the ICU capacity as a COVID-19 across the U.S. 41 states are seeing rising cases. That's a lot. The Sun Belt states such as Arizona, Texas, and Florida have seen steady cases averaging about 9,000 a day. I think Texas saw like 9,100 cases today overall, the spike in new cases. Also, the bars in Texas have closed while the restaurants have reduced to the capacity due to the COVID-19. Arizona have cut the occupancy of their restaurants. New Mexico has halted indoor restaurant services. Florida bars will shut down for the second time. Also, at school reopening, a school board member on the Palm Beach County said they're not ready to open schools, and also Mississippi, which has not been reported. Their hospitals can't take no more patients in Mississippi. And of course, the Trump administration all ignore this. Dr. Fauci has not also briefed Trump directly in the last 2 months because of Trump's denial and of basically not listening to Dr. Fauci. But Dr. Fauci said this virus is random and it will jump from animals to human, and also it will spread from human to human. And it has a high degree, in reactively speaking, of a morbidity and a mortality. So pretty much like COVID-19 is real. I know in my mother's home state of South Carolina, I think in Lexington Hospital in West Columbia, they hospitals are like overwhelmed. And they just demanded the people to wear masks. And of course, everybody's having a tissy fit. They call my mom and everything. But I know outside people, not my parents. But at the same time, people are dying from COVID. Dying, or if they're recovering, everything doesn't taste the same to them. Like their coffee don't taste the same to them. They have to be on dialysis and all of this stuff. So that's why they encourage people to wear their mask and social distance and don't do large gatherings. I know I've been keeping safe. I've been staying home. I haven't go uptown to Harlem to go get my nails or my hair done. That's why I have this thing on my head. I haven't seen my mother nor my sisters in months. My father comes down once a week to bring stuff that my mother picked up for me, but I don't hug my father. I don't embrace my father because he's a diabetic and I don't want to give him COVID-19. I know all my friends have children. I try to stay away from them and they try to keep their kids safe. Trump pushing this thing of people going back to school, want to send their kids back to school, and you can't send your kids back to school when there's no vaccine for it. Kids can't socially distance. Kids also give kids germs and don't know if they give them germs. So it's so many factors into COVID-19, and it's supposed to be a second wave happening around cold and flu season, and I'm leery about this. Like people that have to work with people, I don't know. Like I fear for them. That's why like with this thing, that's why you got to take this thing seriously, because there's also too many conspiracy theories with this whole disinformation. Somebody said there's 5G in the in the mask for coronavirus. First of all, 5G is wireless. I knew that, but that was confirmed. Also, somebody said like coronavirus came from the sky. Dude, like coronavirus came from a bat off the territory of China. It was in Wuhan first, and then went from Wuhan, and then went further to the western part of the world, also to Europe. It went to Africa. It's in India. It's in Japan. It's in South Korea. It's in North Korea. It's all over, and it's here. Just the fact that we can't contain it here because we have bad leadership. But it's people like us who have the human spirit, who cares about one another, is protecting one another, making sure they send our family members some masks, or those who don't have masks. I see people like Danielle, one of my friends, Tanisha, who was watching Smokey, all people that's doing very community organized driven things to help people during this time of need, because our leadership sucks. But it's our governors and it's people like you and I are trying to do things. I'm trying to do things. I want to give clothes away. I want to give some canned goods away. But people are not picking up things because people are scared. So my advice for us is just be vigilant of what's going on with coronavirus, and also stay informed and stop believing all the disinformation, because like it's not true. Coronavirus is here. It's not the Wuhan virus. It's not the Chinese virus. It's not something that the government made up. It didn't come from the sky. It's not in our mask. It's not from 5G. It's the coronavirus. Plain as simple. And just one more thing about this whole Roger Stone thing getting freed and his sentence commuted. Donald Trump, he commuted his sentence and saying that Roger Stone suffered greatly. No, he did. He committed a crime. He lied to Congress, and he urged people to dig up information on Hillary, and including Julian Assange. Like, He did it. Like, this man committed stuff. People, they all pleaded guilty. Like, the Mueller report proves that. It's like a 400 or 500 page report. He did it, and that's just plain and simple. They all just want to be free because they feel like, because they're white men and privileged, that's what they want to do. But guess what? No, you got to do the crime. But this is why we all should vote in November. I know people are leery about voting. We don't have the best candidates, but at this point in time, Donald Trump is a threat to this country. Donald Trump is a threat to democratic norms. Donald Trump is a threat to the whole entire world. So that's why we need to vote, and it's important for us to vote. Now, this last thing, protest Goya. I have a Goya thing that I was throwing out, ready to throw out, but somebody told me no, because you bought it. Because I did. I bought it. It was $2, but I bought it, so I will use it. Don't know when I'm going to use the rice. But when I use the rice, I'm not buying their stuff no more. I don't really buy their seasoning. I just buy their rice. But the fact that he said we're blessed to have Donald Trump as the POTUS, no. This pandemic really showed us how people really feel and who people are. So that's why elections matter, and that's why we need to vote. But on that note, I'm going to end this because it's Friday, and I want to enjoy my Friday. And you all have a great night. Be safe. Stay safe in this pandemic. I probably will post something about the pandemic tomorrow, but I'm not going to do a live until Monday. So therefore, you guys have a great weekend. Good night.